For my ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is.
Small he is, green he is, and tired of this powerful master people do not get. Watch Mojo we welcome you to, and Jedi Master Yoda's origins we will explain today.
You're 800 years old and super smart, so it's not like our speech patterns aren't something you could mimic with a minimum of effort.
George Lucas's galaxy far, far away is populated by numerous unforgettable characters. But even amid steep competition, this unassuming and mysterious creature managed to distinguish himself as a standout from his very first appearance in 1980's Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
I cannot teach him. The boy has no patience.
Since then, he's gone on to feature in films, animated series, comic books, video games, and countless novels. We've met many a wise and inspiring Jedi over the decades across all manner of Star Wars media, but there are few more highly regarded, memorable, or beloved than Yoda.
Adventure. Excitement. A Jedi craves not these things.
And yet, despite his place of prominence in both the current Star Wars canon and the expanded universe, which has since been labeled Legends, very little is known about Yoda's backstory. In fact, despite there being hundreds of named species in the Star Wars universe, in addition to a reported 20 million sentient ones throughout the galaxy, Yoda's remains unidentified. From the very outset, when first drafting The Empire Strikes Back, and long before he'd settled on a final character design, George Lucas envisioned Yoda as an inherently mysterious being, a character with a magical elusiveness to him. With the success of Star Wars came a rapid expansion of the brand, but even as more and more creatives contributed to this universe, George Lucas maintained a very strict policy that protected Yoda's backstory, including his species, from being explored.
But tell me why I can't.
No, there is no why.
Over time, a few more of Yoda's species were permitted. Examples include Oteg from Star Wars The Old Republic, as well as Minch and Vandar Takar. Jedi, all of them.
There is no emotion. There is peace. There is no ignorance. There is knowledge.
Such characters were few and far between, however, and revealed very little about their species. When Star Wars was sold to Disney, like so many other characters and stories, these other members of Yoda's species became non-canon characters. So what can we say about Yoda with any sort of certainty? Well, what we do know for sure is that he was born roughly in 896 BBY, or before the Battle of Yavin. We also know that he died in 4 ABY, meaning he was approximately 900 years old at the time of his death. You'd think that lifespan would have provided him with ample opportunity to share his personal history, but apparently not.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not.
While we may never learn about his planet of origin, his people, or their culture, we do know that in keeping with Jedi custom, Yoda joined the Order when he was still a youngling, and that he was identified as having a particularly strong connection to the Force. Under the guidance of Professor Hugh Ang, an architect droid who served the Jedi for millennia, Yoda traveled to Ilum, collected a kyber crystal, and built his first lightsaber.
Build your own lightsaber, you shall. But first, harvest your crystal. Each one of you must.
The Jedi Knight under whom he studied as a Padawan is unknown, at least according to the current canon. But it's estimated that Yoda ascended to the rank of Master at the approximate age of 100 years, meaning that he had hundreds of years worth of adventures before the films caught up with him in 32 BBY. Within the current canon, little is known about Yoda's time before Anakin Skywalker and Emperor Palpatine destroyed the Jedi Order. As acknowledged in the films, he took on Padawans over the years, with the man who would become Count Dooku, also known as Darth Tyrannus, being his last. During their time together, Yoda and Dooku visited the planet Kashyyyk, the home of the Wookiees. Yoda's multiple visits to Chewbacca's birthplace saw him honored with the title Defender of the Home Tree. This was a sign of gratitude for his essential role in negotiating peace between the Wookiees and the neighboring Trandoshans.
Goodbye, Chewbacca. Miss you, I will.
Beyond that, most of our knowledge about Yoda's life, death, and afterlife comes directly from the films. And in keeping with George Lucas's wishes, the movies and series have thus far refrained from exploring Yoda's origins. With the introduction of Yaddle as a background character in Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, however, it was actually George Lucas himself who pushed the envelope the furthest. Not only is Yaddle another member of Yoda's species, but she's female, the first fans had seen to date, and a member of the Jedi High Council. Born in 509 BBY, a few hundred years after Yoda, Yaddle not only distinguished herself among the Jedi, but also lived to see her Padawan, Oppo Rancisis, join her on the council. Like Yoda, much of her life remains shrouded in mystery, although she was similarly recognized as being extremely wise. Unlike Yoda, however, she's yet to receive a definitive fate within the current canon. In the Legends timeline, she sacrificed herself before the Clone Wars, but in the 2019 game Jedi Fallen Order, which is considered canon, it's suggested that Yaddle has survived Order 66 and is apparently living in hiding during the time in which the game is set.
Wait, what? Who? No, I'm talking about Master Yaddle.
The Jedi High Council member?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. As the sequel trilogy reminds us, Disney is not bound by George Lucas's vision for the franchise. That means that moving forward, we could be learning a whole lot more about Yoda and his mysterious species. Among the most shocking additions that Disney has made to the franchise is that of the child in the Disney Plus original series, The Mandalorian. Like Yoda himself, this approximately 50-year-old member of Yoda's species is shrouded in mystery. Is he a clone of the Jedi Master? Yoda reincarnated? Could he be the secret offspring of Yoda and Yaddle? Or is he just a random youngling of the same mysterious, elusive, and apparently strongly Force-attuned species? Only time will tell, but of the various ways in which the Star Wars universe is expanding, this is undoubtedly among the most compelling.
We are what they grow beyond. That is the true burden of all masters.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.